I I cannot wait till winter when I got a hoodie and stuff and I can clamp this somewhere a little bit better because my t-shirts, they just hang down. Anyway, good morning. It's not a Vehicle Friday because I took this day off. So it's kind of another impromptu day off. Smoking a little early morning this morning. Even though it's not early, it's like what, 9:11 at this point in the morning. So it's not going to be a morning coffee. It's just going to be another talking head video. So this video, I want to talk about, and the reason I have it off is because, well, it was impromptu, but I've been in touch with an old friend, and we hung out last night, and it was great. And we were gonna drink, so I said I'll just take Friday and Monday off, have a little extended break because I worked pretty hard this week at work. I deserve it. I get the time. I'm gonna use it, so I did. But the point of this video is getting in touch with your old friends, and I did that. We've over the years we've talked. I haven't seen him probably since 2015, maybe 2016. Could be even further back for all I know. But we've always been in touch, Facebook, direct messages, and stuff like that. But we just haven't hung out or did anything together because, well, life happens, right? He has a family, I had a family, we do our thing, we go our separate ways and whatnot, and that's not a bad thing, that's life, that's what happens. Also other interests, like I'm interested in my podcast, at the time, podcasting was a big thing with me, and all those other hobbies and interests that I'm in, which he's not necessarily into. He's got his own things and things that he's interested in, and that's great, that's what makes the friendship interesting, to be honest. But he did his thing, I do my thing, and then, I don't know if it's the pandemic and you want to be close to your friends, your family, loved ones, that type of thing, and you just kind of talk back and forth, you're like, we should have a drink. And that's what we did. It was great. I enjoyed our conversation. It was great to have that conversation that we had, politics, sports, firearms, you name it. We went through the whole gamut of things. We solved the world's problems, by the way. Like we know what we're talking about. But I should probably tamper that, you dope. I've been umming too much. Sorry about that. But it's good to talk to an old friend, to kind of just even talk about the world's problems, whatnot, because with an old friend you can be yourself. You're one of your truths, like you can just, and that's fine. No judgment, no nothing. You may have a heated discussion or something, but there's no animosity, and it's a beautiful thing. It's funny because I had my new friends, I call them my new friends even though I've known them for a while as well, and they're getting into the old friend territory now. My Star Wars friends that I've made, Albert and Jonesy, Josh, Joe, that part of EGM, and all the girls that are part of EGM and stuff, and they're great, and I love them, and they're becoming old friends because I've known them for a while. But there's something. But the thing with that is they're online friends, which is interesting because this is where we are in society in this world now, is where you make friends across the world. It doesn't matter, and that's a cool thing. And you know them pretty well, and they know you pretty well. Sadly, you don't get to hang out as much as you'd want, which means you got to have those gatherings every now and then, whenever the hell we can. But there's something about sitting down with an old friend, having a beer, or some sort of drink, or whatever, pipe, a cigar, bourbon. We talked about that as well, because he's kind of new at bourbon. He likes bourbon as well, the same as me. Which I'm going to have some whiskey or bourbon coming. I got a Japanese one, which is interesting. I've been wanting to try that. A Wyoming one, whiskey, and Buffalo Trace. Because finding it around here seems to be like hit or miss, and I just said, "Forget, I'll order it," and I did. And that's from Flaviar, yeah. Which I'm gonna do a review on them and the whiskeys. I still got to do my Thomas 2 one, but I've been staying away from the rum because, well, Mr. 2 and I, we didn't sail well together. It's still good. It's just, you know, I take a little too much and I didn't realize it. So where was I? With friends. Old friends. They're just so important, and you don't realize. I'm realizing this now. To get in touch with some of my old gang, if you will, and reach out, say hi, and just to catch up. There's a fly. There's my chopsticks, like Mr. Miyagi. But yes, it was great. We had a fun conversation, a good debate on things. It was just great. It was good to see him. Talked about family, life, and all that, and it was good. You should get in touch with your old friends if you can. And I got some other old friends I'd like to get in touch with, track them down, and maybe have a beer or something, and just talk and say, hey, whatever, what's up. It's good to do that. It must be the pandemic, though. I think that's kind of the thing, because we would direct messaging or whatever we were doing, or texting. And it just came about, and he was like, hey, we should have a drink. And I said, yeah, come over next Thursday or whatever. I didn't forget what we said, but it was great. And in that conversation, you learn, I remembered something from him, and his mind. I forgot how, I don't want to say detailed and observant he can be. Because he was telling me a story about when he was applying for a job, and he was on an interview. They were walking through wherever it was, the place that he was going to work or whatever, or where the job was. And he noticed these little things, and he mentions this little detail. He's also a good storyteller, too. He should have been a producer or something like that. And so he tells a story, and then he shifts back to that one little point, and this is why he didn't take the job. And I'm like, that one little thing. Like most people, I'm pretty good at details and and like observing things, but I don't get all of that. Like a little thing, because I can kind of piece things together and how they work and whatnot. I've always been pretty good conceptualizing how things work and flow, or how it would be organized or whatever. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But he did that. He notices these little things that I wouldn't have noticed, and it was just a fascinating thing. It was good to see that and hear that, and you're like, oh wow, I forgot how good of a storyteller he is. This is the thing about old friends. You kind of forget that, and you're like, oh, wow, I've missed that. And then you get the detail, and you're like, damn, that's cool. It's awesome. So yes, reach out to your friends. I can't say that enough. The old friends, it's just like an old pair of shoes you put on, and comfortable, and you can be yourself, relax. It's really cool. I mean, we used to be drinking buddies. I've known him for about 20 years, and it's just crazy that much time. We talked about how time, and I've mentioned this on the show before, about how time kind of just goes by, and before you know, you're like, holy crap, that's crazy, That's pretty much it. Get in touch with your friends, your old friends, especially now with these trying and dark times. Well, they're not dark times. I don't know what you would call this. Bizarro world, I guess. Get in touch with them. You know what I should do? I got to tamper this again. There we go. I even put a mini fridge in the shed here. So the Shed of Solitude now has a mini fridge, which is, in the winter, it'll go back in the house. And I'm kind of wondering if I should even leave it in here, because this shed gets hot, and then the compressor will be on all the time, and I don't know. That's a lot of juice. It's bad enough the pool sucks a lot of juice. So, I don't know. We'll see. I might move it in the house somewhere closer to the pool and all that. That's why it's here. It's because it's near the pool and I can grab a beer, or especially when I'm in here doing my thing. So that's it. That's new. In the Shed of Solitude. I do have some other friends. We'll see, my friend and I that came over last night, we didn't part ways bad. And we didn't part ways, we just, life happened. My other friend, my best friend, we parted ways, I wouldn't say on bad terms, it's just that I was going in a different direction than him in life, and he wanted to stay here, and I wanted to go here. And that was the main focus. But there was other reasons and stuff. This is best friends for since I was 9, or probably 6 maybe. And there's a lot of baggage with the two of us because of our history and family history and everything else. So pretty good coffee. I don't even know what kind it is, but it's not bad. It's some generic stuff. I'm gonna have another sip. It was so good. Speaking of old friends, my oldest and best friend, my father, the old man, he'll be coming here today. I look forward to seeing him. Be good to see him. He's should be here fairly soon to drop some stuff off for the yard, because the yard's a disaster. Hopefully I can make it look like somewhat of a yard till September, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. It's like half the time it's like, all right, the yard's a mess. I'll deal with this all in the fall, you know? It's like, I don't need to do this now. So, yeah. Not much for this video. This is not going to win me an Emmy or anything like that. I just wanted to do another video, get more experience, tell you about getting in touch with your old friends. Definitely do that. Reach out to them. See what happens with the conversation. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. And I think we've all said this with old friends, that, you know, when life happens and we kind of go our separate ways, but then we kind of meet up again, and it's like, oh, we had a conversation. It's like we had a conversation last week. Nothing really changed. And we're cool with just, you know, talking about things and stuff. And it's funny because it's like time didn't go past, really, when we were talking. You know, it's just strange. But then I even think to myself, in this day and age, with all this technology, we may not meet up with each other, but there's no need not to be in communication a lot. I mean, we sporadically communicated over the years, but there should be more talking between the parties, I think. So I'm going to try to have more of an effort of that, too. I had a little ash pop out on me. Oh, got a little smoky there. I got a little bit of smoke and coffee at the same time. Whew. I don't know. This early morning, though, does pair well with coffee. It seems to go with any coffee, to be honest. It's not I haven't got into a situation like, oh, that was a horrible thing. Though sucking in the smoke while you're drinking, I don't recommend that, though. I also got, I'll be doing this on the Igloo Media YouTube channel. Probably soon, probably next week sometime, a review of the Arcade 1-Up NBA Jam, because I got it the other day. It came. That's one of the things I'm into, is the 3/4 scale Arcade 1-Up at games thing. I've mentioned it before on the channel here. So I got that. The only problem is I'm lazy right now. I was going to put it together, but my father's coming around, so I probably won't put it together. But I might, because I got a lot of experience putting them together, so it's not like it's a hard thing. So we'll see. I don't know. I might wait till tomorrow. I haven't decided. We'll see. I got a lot of stuff to do around the house, so it might wait till Sunday. But I will do kind of a review, 3/4 scale review. Oh, wow. Scratchy voice now. And I'll talk about it. And that's kind of going to be it just it's more of a proof of life on the EGM to say I'm still alive. I'm still doing the 3/4 scale thing. I'm in a timeout basically. I need to recharge, which I have to say I feel pretty good. And having a conversation with my old friend last night helped recharging the batteries and getting things flowing. I did a few things today with the EGM YouTube. I uploaded some of the past episodes of the Cantina Cast. I'm kind of slowly doing that on the channel. I go back, download it, and put it on the EGM channel. And so I did a little bit of that, but I've taken a step back. I'm in a good place. I have to say that when it comes to creativity and stuff. And a lot, this has helped, strangely. Speaking to my friend last night helped. Just not even talking about this stuff like content or podcasting and downloads and all that other crap that I've been doing for years now. It was just two guys having some beers, talking about current events, life, family, and all that. And it was good. It's part of the healing process. And I think if you're like me and you're in a, not a funk, but like, or even if you are in a funk, like mental funk or just down and depressed or creatively like me, where you just got this like worn out, talk to an old friend that has nothing to do with any of this, and I think it does wonders for you and helps your perspective get better, I think, and you feel better about yourself. So I highly recommend getting in touch with your friends, or talking to your new friends that don't have anything to do with this helps too. I got a few of those. They give the look of puzzled, like what do you do? Whereas my friend last night, he knows I do this, but I don't talk about it because I don't want to, and I don't think that he's not interested in like the podcast stuff or whatever. But I don't know. It was just good not to talk about it. But here I am talking about it. But old friends are like that. Comfy pillow, comfy shoes, where you can be yourself and you can talk about the problems. Well, not even talk about the problems. Just have that conversation about nothing, and that does more wonders than actually maybe sitting there and talking to someone about the problem. It's just you and an old friend just talking about nonsense, basically. And here's that fly again. I'm going to do my Miyagi. I don't have chopsticks, though. Maybe I should borrow from George Bruno. And by the way, George, get well. I know you had some sort of procedure. You haven't said much, but get well if you ever watched this. This is good. Like I said, though, I puff too hard and too fast in these videos for some stupid reason. I don't know. I gotta fix that. Is like, am I going for the aesthetics or something? I don't know. There are when I'm in here and I'm not gonna record a video. Like last year, all throughout, sitting in the shed listening to classical music or an audiobook or reading and whatnot. It was a nice, even pace. I was in here for like 2 hours just puffing, reading, listening, contemplating. But now I have a camera, and I'm trying to get good talking to the camera and all that other stuff, and I think I'm doing it too fast. So I apologize to you diehard pipe smokers who are probably screaming at the video and whatnot. But anyway, that's going to do it for today. I won't have another video today, I don't think. I say that, but you never know. I could get a little creative tonight and end up coming out here. It's not going to be too hot today, so I might come out here and just have a beer and just sit down. Or I might just come out here, read one of my books, or start on Sherlock or something. And by the way, this is my remote to shut the camera on and off, in case you're wondering what that was. Yeah, I might do that. I don't know. We'll see. I love talking to the camera and kind of, it's like therapy. Not therapy, but it's like my video diary and talking about things. So it's a fun experiment. I'll say that. I highly recommend starting your own channel and kind of doing this and just speaking your mind and kind of get your thoughts out there. It's pretty cool. Someday my daughter hopefully can look back at all this and be like, oh, that's what my father was thinking, or oh, wow, that's interesting. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I got some stuff to do. I should stop being lazy and actually do something. And I will see you guys tomorrow.